live?
Yes. Mute.
All right. So, it's Monday again. It is 6:30 EST. My hair is being weird. It's all like spiky and stuff in the wrong way, but it is what it is. Yeah, you're wearing your Age of Canaan print, right?
No, it's just one of my drawings.
But is it
nothing
not?
special.
It's okay.
No.
It's not Age of Canaan. Yeah, no, I recognize. I have a cat wielding a laser gun, riding a T-Rex for you today. So
For you.
that's what's happening. I like the colors. I think I saw it on Temu, and I was like,
Oh, is it from Temu?
I think it was from Temu, yeah. And I said, oh, I can wear that for the live stream.
But
and also at a con.
How did you know what's the correct size? Because
it was so cheap. I got medium and large.
Oh, you got two?
I think, yeah.
And
I think there was a sale or something, and they were $10 or 15
And this
bucks.
is the medium or the large?
This is the large.
Probably, yeah.
This is the large, which is good.
I think Asian measures are smaller than.
Yeah, normally the sizing is different on Temu, but I find that some vendors they compensate for the Western market, and then their sizing is what you would expect it to be. So you have to sort of like check their size charts.
Yeah.
Let me just preface today's live stream with the fact that next week we're not going to be live streaming because we're going to be at Chicago, C2E2 at Chicago.
Yeah.
So we're going to pick back up the week following next week. So we have today, next Monday's off, and then the following Monday we'll be back on the live stream. Obviously, we're also going to film C2E2 and record ourselves. We're going to do a better job this time of doing it. I think we have more of a handle on it. And then put up a video for you. So look out for that one as well. And yeah, that was my intro.
Great intro. I have a... So we went to Toronto Comic Con and we bought some stuff.
Oh, and the video is up, by the way, on YouTube. So just search for Toronto Comic Con on Mir's page and you'll find a video. It's basically just walking through the con, but I know that a lot of people enjoy watching that, so we put it up.
So it's this is one of the books I bought there. There's a vendor that sells only art books, which is very cool. Oh, yeah, maybe I think I bought it at the BMV, not at the con.
Yeah, this one you got at BMV, but still the vendor that sells art books is amazing.
Yeah, but we'll show, I bought 2 books from them. We can show it maybe next time.
Yeah.
Even 3 books from them.
Yeah, possibly
the JoJo's
3.
and Miyazaki. So, but this is from the BMV, which is a store here in Toronto, and it's a collection of the EC Comics covers. So obviously it's all retro, horror, and sci-fi. And it's very interesting to see because you see the original scans here. I really like the fact that they marked the shadows with a red line.
Oh, I don't know if we can pick up on that. I'm gonna do a close-up.
No, you don't need to.
Okay, I already did though. Oh yeah. I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, it's cool. It gives it like more dimension.
I don't think that in the final image people could see that. I think it's only a marking for the colorist to know where the core shadow line goes.
What's the difference between just a shadow and a core shadow?
Core shadow is where the shadow meets the light, and usually it's darker than the shadow itself, because the shadow has some bounce light from the surrounding,
Right.
and the core shadow is probably the borderline between the light and the shadow.
Right. Okay.
A lot of horror covers, and I also really like the inking style of the. This is the famous, very famous cover, and I think it's one of the examples they used in the trials that they did in the 50s. About there's a whole scene that happened
With
in the 50s
attempting
with
to
the comics code
censor comics,
attempting and I think succeeding
in a
censoring.
pretty magnificent manner, even magnificent
After
in a negative.
EC, they killed EC. EC died after
Oh, yeah.
the
Wow.
trials and never came back. Only recently, I think they some of the newer publisher did some new stuff. But after they there was a guy that claimed that the horror comics are influencing
Corrupting the youth.
and he had like not based on real psychology, but a study that wasn't very real. Eventually, they understood that that was called corruption of the innocence, and then they did a lot of. This is also a famous story about a Holocaust survivor. And I really like the way it's drawn here. The
That's very cool. That sort of like elongated, strange arm.
And I think the inking here is mostly brush.
I wanted to ask you
it's
something,
brush.
and I just a couple of live streams ago,
It's
and
very cool.
it has to do with what you're thumbing through now. So sometimes, like the previous one that you liked with the Holocaust survivor, sometimes there's proportions that are not correct. Or something is exaggerated, but there's a way where it still looks professional and intentional, and there are ways in which it doesn't look. It looks like a problem with the anatomy. So I was going to ask you, how is it possible that what's the difference? How does it happen that you can exaggerate, or people that have experience are able to?
You have to know anatomy for doing that. If you don't know anatomy, it's probably gonna look weird.
Okay, but let's say I know anatomy and I want to exaggerate something. Why would it not look incorrect? Because it ends up being not the correct anatomy.
Because let's say you want to draw a very muscular character, for example. You have to know how a muscular character in real life looks and then exaggerate on that. And not just do, I don't know, more exaggerated shapes or lines. You have to know where the lines go. And in order to do that, you have to learn and know very good anatomy for that. Because you have to understand how the muscles work on the skeleton.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
To make an exaggeration.
Cool. So I had a thought about this. Tell me if you agree with me or if it sounds logical. I was meditating on the question that I just asked you.
Okay.
Not actually meditating,
that's cool.
but thinking
I
about
really
it.
like the
it looks like the Mondo Chiwin a little bit from
looks
Fifth
a little
Element.
bit like Star Wars. And I guess Star Wars, Lucas probably read a lot of EC comics. Before having the idea.
So my thought was, let's see if
this is Frazetta for.
Oh wow! Yeah, look at that.
I really like. I don't really like Frazetta's colored like paintings, but I really like his inking. It's very soft compared to the other ones. No answering on the chat, only.
Oh, are we not answering on the chat?
No, because I need to know what you're talking as well.
Okay, so Jamie says hi.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
And Jamie, it's a special episode for you today.
Is it? Oh yeah. Okay. I know why. So stay tuned, definitely, Jamie. I know it's quite a bit later where you are, but I think it's going to be worth it. He says, hello, I'm pleased that you're all right. Watched the convention video you posted the other day. The videoing wasn't too bad. A lot of interesting cosplay. Definitely there was some really good cosplay. The best one of the best ones I saw was actually Freddy Krueger.
I didn't see
It
Freddy
was it
Krueger.
wasn't just like a latex mask that someone put on. There was some sort of prosthetics happening or blending into the actual skin, and then it was painted and it had like
Here you see the red lines that indicate the shadows.
right, yeah.
I was thinking about stealing it and using it.
I wouldn't call it stealing necessarily.
Like using it, but as a final drawing, not
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
marking of
That sounds, you can be influenced. Everyone's influenced in their art by things that they see. So,
I'm not saying stealing in a negative way. So.
yeah, yeah. What was I? Oh, so the thought that I had was this. So when you look at a painting or a drawing or an illustration, I think the first thing that happens for me, at least, is I scan generally to see to get an overview of what I'm looking at. And then the next thing that tends to happen is I focus in on little details and my brain tries to see if it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is this the overall thing. What is the overall image?
Very cool.
Yeah. Mad. Crazy.
Mad.
And then the second thing that happens is I focus in on let's say, so if I'm looking at figure drawing, I would look at the pose and the environment and the silhouette.
Look at all the details here of
Wow.
the technology.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then the second thing that happens is I'd say look at the ankles or the knees or the wrists or the facial expression. And if those details make sense to me, it sort of like justifies the entire thing. So maybe that's another thing that happens. Like if the wrist makes sense in the way that it's pointing and its anatomy, its own little micro anatomy, and the knee makes sense and it's pointing in the right direction and the hips are pointing in the right direction and there's some sort, then you can sort of, your mind accepts the exaggerations that may be there because you've already checked to see
but
that
I think it's more complicated than
oh, it's
that.
just one of the things that I've noticed. Yeah.
So today I'm gonna do. You're right, but
Yeah. Do you agree with my
I
assessment?
agree, but
Yeah.
I'm saying that uh, correct or incorrect anatomy is not just the like small stuff. It's also how it's all connected together.
Yeah.
So you have to. I think we first, like, without really realizing that, we see the anatomy of the entire figure before
Okay, yeah.
before looking at the details.
Yeah, that's
That's what you were saying.
yeah, it's part of it, yeah. So you sort of like take the whole thing in for a sec,
Yeah.
and then your mind tries to justify if it makes sense or not, or what kind of style it's in. So if things more or less look like they're behaving in the way that they should behave, that your mind expects a body to behave, then you can get away with exaggerations. You see what I'm saying?
I think so.
Yeah.
But the exaggerations are mostly for the entire thing, not like a specific
Yeah.
part of the body. Like I'm thinking about Absolute Batman, for example.
Yeah.
Which is, I think it's a very good example for exaggeration that is done now by Nick Dragotta.
Yeah.
It's very exaggerated. But you can see that he knows anatomy. He knows how a big guy should look like, but it doesn't look anything like a real muscular man that exists in reality. It's more than that.
I'm just putting it up on the screen here.
So, Jamie, I'm drawing your commission.
You want to tell the rest of everyone what the commission is?
Yeah, it's Gaff from Blade Runner.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I think I opened the reference. Not it's not reference. It's
Inspiration.
inspiration or tribute, I would say.
Yeah.
So it's so Gaff is a character that the whole reason for this character is to observe the main character,
Yeah.
and that's part of the idea in the movie that with the origami
Yes. Yeah.
that he does.
Mm-hmm.
So as I was looking for uh, inspiration from classical art or art in general, because there's a lot of art that talks about the observer, like who's looking at the image, who's painting, who is drawing. And I found a really cool classical. It's not really classical. It's from the 19th century, and
Yeah.
it's from a Portuguese artist,
I want to say Henrique Poussau.
Posau,
Pozau.
and Henrique Posau. And yeah, so it's a drawing of a boy, but the boy is looking right at the camera. There's no camera at the artist,
Yeah.
and you can show it maybe on the screen.
Yeah, I'm showing it on the screen.
And you can see the starting. So it's in the artist studio,
Yeah.
and you can see the tools of the artist, and in the background you see the painting that he started to draw.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he I think he probably started drawing the drawing that you see on in the background behind the boy, and okay. And maybe later he changed his mind and decided to do something else. And another thing that you see in the image is the boy is holding a small drawing of they say that it's a drawing that he drew
Of himself. Yeah, it's a stick figure.
Yeah. So I think it's an interesting drawing about drawings.
Well, the title is Esperando o Suceso, which means waiting for success. Pretty sure my pronunciation was not pinpoint accurate, but I do enjoy languages, so I try my best to use some sort of accent that might be amenable.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for success. So basically, I think we can safely say that there's some sort of Ars poetic theme here, right? He's making a painting about the process of creating a work of art.
Yeah.
It's probably part of it, not all of it. I didn't read what it says here, but it would be interesting to go over that afterwards.
Yeah. So there are other painting that do that. I think the most famous one, because a lot of artists in the Renaissance drew themselves inside their creations. So
Yes,
Michelangelo, for example, and
Raphael, yeah.
A lot of them.
The School of Philosophers with Raphael.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Michelangelo is actually notorious for placing himself in a Where's Waldo type situation into his
It's not
work.
even Where's Waldo. It's pretty obvious. You can
Mostly they always well, not always, but mostly they place themselves in the background somewhere
Mm-hmm.
off to the side or obscured in between other figures.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of like this Easter egg. It's like the artist is peeking back at you through the art that they created.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a type of breaking of the fourth wall as well,
Yeah.
but it's a very specific type.
Yeah. So I was looking at Michelangelo for reference, but I didn't find any pose that was suitable for this.
Right. Yeah.
But this boy, I think it's a very, I'm not sure I like the drawing itself. It's
Yeah.
very
I
awkward,
don't
right?
like the drawing actually. The
There's
only thing I
something
like about
there's
the drawing
something
is the face.
yeah.
The face is done really
There's
well.
something very creepy about this boy,
Yes,
right?
yeah. It feels like circus clownish type vibe I'm getting from it. It feels like maybe duplicitous also in a way.
I don't know, what's
Duplicitous means
duplicitous
like
is.
two-faced, or there one thing is being presented, but something else is going on underneath the surface.
Mm,
Like the child is smiling, but it also sort of feels like he's about to steal your money
yeah,
or maybe stab you. Um,
yeah,
it's just like, whatever. It's a not even an interpretation, but just the vibe that you get from it.
yeah. So the thing is, I I'm not sure I like the drawing itself, but I do like the pose.
Yeah, the pose is
The
amazing.
pose is very interesting. Like he's blocking his smile a little bit with one hand and probably maybe wiping his face
Mm.
or something like that. And the other hand is also the gesture of the hand itself is very well done.
Yeah, I wanted to sort of say something about the face because I mentioned liking the way that it looked. So I'm just gonna, for the viewers, and for those of you who are just listening and not looking at the screen, I'll let you know what I'm talking about. So if I take a piece of
Do you
paper,
think people only listen to
oh yeah, for
this?
sure.
Yeah.
Everything that's on YouTube, you'll find people. So I do it myself when I'm working on a physical project. I'll put YouTube on in the background, but I'm not looking at the screen. I'm just listening to the podcast.
Yeah, but it's like specifically for it's a drawing show, so it's weird if people are just
Oh,
listening
for
to.
sure. I'm betting you when we have a big enough audience, people will listen to this while they're drawing. I'm betting you. Okay, so what I wanted to say about the face is I'm gonna put a little notepad on one side of the face. Okay, look what happens. Look at this side of the face. This looks evil. All
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah.
There's like this downturned eyebrow. The eye is rolled up a little bit. You're getting a little bit of the white on the under eye here. The shadow is much more pronounced. Uh, and it actually bleeds into the cheek shadow as well. So the nose, the brow, and the cheek are all in darkness. You have a little bit of the cheek peeking out. There's this fold, a slight fold that denotes like someone who's tired or mad a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I take away the notepad and I put it on the other side, you would never know that that first half and the second half are on the same face if you saw them separately.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like a somewhat
Regular
mischievous but
kids.
happy child.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look evil in any way, even though the eyebrow is downturned here. It's all lit up. You're just getting a little bit of the shadow underneath the cheek, and the smile is there as well. The eye, even though there is a little bit of white underneath, in the context of this half of the face, it just looks happy. It just looks like he's looking up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I think that's a lot of, in classical painting and later as well, they would use these sort of like subliminal techniques
Mm-hmm.
to make the viewer feel mixed emotions about something, or get the emotional undertow to be more interesting and not just
Yeah.
one note.
Yeah.
And then when you take it away, yeah, you can see like now if you sort of like move back and forth between this half and that half, and you move back and view it all together, you start to get a feeling for why it's giving this sort of like complex emotional vibe.
Yeah, and the fact that he blocks part of his face also adds to that.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I agree about I really like the face and the hands.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's there's something creepy about it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
It's
Also,
probably on purpose.
have you noticed that the painting and the backdrop seems to be, even though we're seeing the painting in profile, or the drawing rather, it seems to be sort of like giving side eye and looking in the
Yeah.
direction of us and also the child itself. So we have a child holding a portrait of himself with another portrait of himself behind him looking at him.
Yeah.
It's pretty meta. I mean, this was done in 1882.
Yeah.
There's a lot of layered contexts interweaving here, and it's interesting. It's too yellow, in my opinion. I don't know if the original was this yellow or it
Probably
yellowed
not.
over time.
Yeah,
Because even the
probably.
skin tone looks really yellow, so
Yeah, it's probably
yeah,
it's not
like
the
light
original
damage.
comic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But definitely the poses is really good
Mm-hmm.
and pretty unique.
So yeah, so interesting idea. So I thought it's a good tribute to make for Blade Runner, specifically for this character.
Yeah. Did you notice that the foot in the front has a really strong
Flex
toe arc, like a flex?
toe, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Is it flex or yeah,
toe,
point,
toe,
point.
point.
Very strong. And also the shoes are reminiscent of ballet shoes, even though I know they're not supposed to be ballet shoes. They're just do it yourself sort of piece of leather
It's
with
probably is a poor
but why would a
poor
child this
boy.
young be able to point their foot in such an extreme way?
I think the probably around this time they didn't have a lot of access to small children as reference for drawing. So I'm not sure if it maybe he did have a boy at some point, but not for a long time.
Do you think that the sitter was possibly an adult?
Might be, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible, I guess.
That's why a lot of the drawings from even though it's the 19th century, so not sure about that. But in the before that, like in the Renaissance times,
Yeah.
you can see that a lot of the babies sometimes look like adults.
Oh, for
because
sure. Yeah.
they didn't have access to babies.
Yeah.
They couldn't just draw babies.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So we can see again with the various colors that you use in the staging phase or sketch phase.
Sketch, yeah.
Yeah. So you have the red is the fabrics, and the hat is blue, the backdrop is blue.
Yeah.
And then we have the sash or the belt is green, and the smoke apparition is also green. So just in order to again separate,
the smoke, by the way, is
a face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The face of
I really love the lapel. This like huge, exaggerated, pointy, almost drag queen-esque.
Yeah, he looks like a pimp, basically.
He does, yeah. It's definitely one of the inspirations, I'm sure, for Gaff.
And it's interesting because in the movie the costume design is very, very good. And a lot of the movie is shot like in a with some sort of a filter over it because they wanted to give the um, uh, noir
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
So it's all very dark. But if you look at the costume design, you can see that a lot of the clothes are very colorful. But eventually, you don't really see the colors in the movie itself because it's very dark and supposed to give you a noir vibe.
Hmm.
I think it's the first time they thought about combining film noir and science fiction together.
Yeah, definitely.
But probably it was um, very inspired by
I quite enjoy
Mobius
when sci-fi
drawings.
collides with other genres. So another good example of that would be sci-fi and western, a la Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
It always helps to produce a more interesting world building template.
and also Star Wars. Even
And
though I
Star
think
Wars,
Star
yeah.
Wars is not Western,
No,
it
not
is not sci-fi. It's fantasy,
well,
but
yeah.
it's fantasy Western.
Fantasy. What I think the thing that Star Wars is best known for doing, sort of first and very well, is the lived-in, worn feeling
Yeah.
of the world.
Hmm.
So it was something that George Lucas consciously chose for the
Yeah.
franchise and for the films,
Yeah.
and it gave it so much more liveliness and grime and lived in sort of feeling that I think it really set the tone for a lot of science fiction and fantasy movies and entertainment pieces that came afterwards.
Hmm.
You know, it's a spaceship and it's futuristic. That doesn't mean it has to be clean. People are still living in the world, they're using these objects, right?
Yeah.
Makes it more believable when things are not entirely clean,
Hmm.
which is why when I work on miniatures, I always do a little bit of weathering. Even if it's barely noticeable, I try to put a little bit of weathering in there just to make it feel more grounded in scale and give the brain more justification of what it's seeing.
Here, for example, I forgot to differentiate between the fingers and the
And the crane.
unicorn here.
Oh, is it yeah, it's a unicorn, right? He used to. So I'm just going to read a little passage about Gaff. By 2039, Gaff had retired and was living in a senior care facility. He maintained a friendship with his former LAPD colleague Lydia Wojcik. Shortly after Wojcik, I think I'm saying Wojcik, was it Wojcik? Former Blade Runner Anna Ashina came to the facility in search of her. Gaff informed Ash that Wojcik had passed away and was aware that Ash intended to kill Nyander Wallace.
What is this before the second Blade Runner or?
I think it's before the second Blade Runner. Yeah, as of 2049, so this is also before the latest movie that came out. Gaff continued to live in the care facility, so he was old by that time. Officer K met him during his investigation into the whereabouts of Deckard and Rachel's child, where the two talked about Deckard. Enigmatic as
Yeah,
always, Gaff remarked,
it's the second
yeah,
movie.
before the Gaff remarked that he knew Deckard was
No,
not.
it's I think this is the second movie. It happens in the second movie.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. As of 2049, right? Because the second movie is titled 2049, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So it's just just wanted to read a passage about Gaff. If I see something else that's interesting, I'll read that. So they worked alongside each other, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think that Gaff knew about Agent K. Am I?
You what?
So wait, I just want to make sure. Right, Officer K. Yeah, I'm saying I don't think that Gaff knew
K is
that
a
K was
a
a
replicant.
replicant. That's what I don't think
I
so.
don't think it's I don't think it was. We all knew he's a replicant from the beginning of the movie, the second movie. K is Ryan Gosling, right?
Yeah. Did Gaff know that Officer
I don't remember it
K
being a thing, so.
rep-
Okay, we'll do the.
So it's not really explicated. And also, someone adds on Reddit that Deckard is never actually confirmed to be a replicant or confirmed to
Yeah,
be not a
it's
replicant.
hinted, but it's
Yeah.
because you see in the director's cut version, you see the origami
Right.
at the end, so. But not in the regular theatrical release, only in the director's cut.
Mm-hmm. So it's a unicorn, right? That he.
Yeah.
Yeah. The origami unicorn, most notably from the film Blade Runner, symbolizes implanted memories.
Yeah.
Okay. Questioning the nature of reality makes sense because it's a horse that has a horn in the middle of its forehead, and hidden knowledge of a replicant's existence. Because unicorn is that sort of the odd one out.
Yeah.
So they picked the symbology very astutely and precisely. They could have just had him folding cranes, right? But they didn't. So yeah, some people are saying that the fact that it's an origami unicorn represents a message from Gaff indicating that he's aware that Deckard's true nature. Yeah,
sure.
so
That's the
that's
idea of
one of
the
the reasons
ending.
so I guess I just picked up on that, but other people have it makes sense that they did it on purpose, and that's one of the reasons I wasn't sure if he suspected
But
Officer
I
K.
think you're mixing the first movie and the second movie.
Oh, I'm just using all of the information from both.
Because the unicorn, the folded origami unicorn, was in the first movie.
Yeah.
And it was about Deckard, about Harrison Ford's character.
Right.
And Ryan Gosling's character, we knew he was a replicant from the beginning.
Did we though?
Yeah, the whole thing with this movie, with the second one, was he knew he was a replicant, but he was starting to believe that he was a real person because they implanted some memories that got him confused.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
And eventually he was based on I think a real person's memories, but he was a replicant.
So obviously, I don't know if I made a mistake, but I was confusing. My wires were crossed between Agent K and Deckard.
Okay.
I meant to say, did Gaff suspect Deckard of being a replicant?
Gaff is the one that
okay.
puts the unicorn there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
The second movie was different because it was the audience knew he was a replicant, but they gave us some hints that he might be not a replicant, like the opposite of the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually he was, but his memories were based on I think what I think it was this girl that was the kid of Deckard and Rachel at the end,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. By the way, do you know who Ridley Scott and the production team originally meant to cast as Deckard?
No?
It's Harrison. No, what am I saying? It's Dustin Hoffman.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could work.
and also Daryl Hannah was the first choice to play Pre.
Daryl Hannah is in the movie, right?
Yes, and but Debbie Harry was offered the role before her.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Debbie Harry
and then it
from
says my biggest regret of all is turning down the role of the blonde robot Priz or Pre, or at
Priz.
least I don't. Is it Priz? They say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Blondie singer says that she turned it down and it was one of her biggest regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could work as well.
that would be cool. Actually, I see
Mm-hmm.
Debbie Harry in that role. Daryl Hannah obviously is
Yeah.
she's amazing, and I'm happy that we got her as the actress.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, Blondie, that could Debbie Harry could have also rocked that role for sure. It would just be slightly different.
Yeah. And also the actor that played the like the bad guy that killed the Tyrell, I think he's not alive anymore. He was a German actor.
I thought you were gonna say he was a German Shepherd.
No.
That would have been strange though.
What's his name? The guy that played the bad replicant.
In which film?
Blade Runner.
The first one.
Yeah.
Oh, I have his face in my mind, but I don't have his name in my mind.
Very blonde.
Rutger Hauer,
Yeah.
Roy Batty, right? Yeah, he was the leader of the Renegade Nexus 6 replicants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think they were produced to only have a 4-year lifespan or 8-year lifespan or
That's
something.
why he's trying to
they
figure
tried
out
to
how to, yeah.
debug themselves to live a bit longer. Planned obsolescence.
Yeah. There's a interesting story about planned obsolescence because Edison, when he developed the light bulb,
Yeah.
they it at first it worked for a very long time.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the first time they actually did the planned obsolescence.
Oh, it's insidious, I tell you. We watched that video together. I don't remember if it was Veritasium or something along the lines. Maybe Joe Scott is his name.
They used they changed the light bulb for it to burn down after a while.
I think they made the filament much thinner.
I don't remember what they actually did, but I know that there's a famous light bulb that was developed before they did the planned obsolescence.
Yeah.
And it still works today.
For like 100 years already, right?
Yeah, more, even more. I think it's in somewhere in the US in a fire department building.
Oh,
Somewhere.
yeah, that sounds the Phoebus cartel. The cartel took over market territories and lowered the useful life of bulbs on purpose. So conspiracies sometimes are real, people. Even though this one is, you could argue that
it's very known,
that it's innocuous, but I don't know if it is actually, because if you take into account all of the light bulbs that have been bought since, and sold since, and
Yeah.
all of the material that goes into producing them, and the purposeful wastefulness in the name of like capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know if it's that innocuous actually. Is it directly responsible for the lives like no, probably not. It's we're not talking about weapons production here, but still, I think if you have a technology that is working really well and producing objects that last for a long time, bumping that down just to make more money is a specific kind of evil,
Yeah, but every company does that.
which doesn't mean that it's okay.
No,
It just means that
it happens all the time.
everyone's, yeah, it's sort of like just a thing that you have to.
Because there's no law to ban it, to say that it's.
It would be very complex to police that if it were a law.
I don't think so.
It would, because to show the due diligence process, you could also obfuscate information anywhere along the way of research and development. Anywhere along the way, you could just say that it's the best that you came up with. And showing full transparency of a R&D and production process is just not, I don't think that it's tenable.
Yeah,
Is that a word, tenable?
I don't know.
Yeah, able to be maintained. Um, so Jamie, I hope you're enjoying the inking process so far. Nir is in the process of filling in the corners so that later on when he goes in with a thicker device or implement,
Or the blacks.
yeah, you still keep that sort of crisp, sharp corner
Mm-hmm.
without bleeding into the other objects when you're
Yeah.
filling it in. Yeah, 4-year lifespan. Yeah, that was my instinct. So
Or what?
Jamie says it was 4 years, the replicant's lifespan.
Yeah.
Anyone else that is here joining us in the live stream, feel free to say hi. Just leave an emoji, or if you have any questions for Nir, write them in the chat, and I'll funnel them in his direction during the live stream, and you'll get your question answered. You can make an observation. Any
If I
questions
have an answer.
about the process? I mean, you're most likely going to have some sort of answer, even if it is I don't know.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really happen a lot.
Because I know everything.
Well, you know a lot about uh, illustration, drawing, comic book creation, obviously. So I'm guessing most questions would be along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, but feel free to ask anything.
Don't ask me about accounting.
Oh, definitely not about accounting. That's also a subject that I don't know much about. Jamie says, I'm loving watching my commission come together. Yeah, same, by the way. I'm watching it on the screen.
I really like the way it's coming along. It's yeah, I really like the reference I chose. Well, tribute.
Yeah.
And I think it's a very interesting story to tell about this piece afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the main reason I do that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Collectors love that.
Oh yeah, for
when
sure.
they have a story with the.
I think it adds 2 layers at the same time. It doesn't just add 1 layer, and I'll explain why. So it adds the layer of a reference to a different work, or it doesn't even have to be visual work. It could also be mythology or any number of things.
Mm-hmm.
And then it adds another layer of the connection between what you're referencing and the character that you're drawing.
Yeah, and also there's another thing because a lot of the times it helps me to come up with the idea for the pose itself.
Right.
So that's a more technical thing, but it also changes the way because I can come up with any different like poses for
Yes.
anything.
And also sometimes when you reference something, you don't actually use the pose of the thing that you're referencing. You'll use the idea or any
Yeah.
number of other attributes.
Yeah, once I have the reference or the tribute, I don't actually use it for reference
Yes.
most of the times.
Yeah.
But this time I did use it because I really like the way this hand, for example,
Yeah.
looked at the
Yeah.
drawing.
Right.
Very,
Foreshortening.
very articulated.
Yeah, it almost looks like dancing, like
Yeah. The way he was, and he was holding a paper, which is also very suitable for this, for the origami.
right. Yeah, yeah. That would be in the layer, part of the things that are present in the layer that connects between
Yeah,
the reference and the character.
yeah.
Chris98521 says this is good. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Glad to have you on the live stream. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Jamie recommends we watch Project Hail Mary.
Oh, is it out yet?
I guess it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a cool movie.
Yeah, and he says it's my favorite film for this year. So good. Looking forward to this live stream. Okay, so favorite film of the year so far. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We're a quarter of the way into the year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I'm switch to the thicker Molotov.
We're not sponsored by Pepsi, by the way, but if anyone from Pepsi is watching this and
Why Pepsi?
I'm drinking Pepsi. I have been drinking Pepsi for a few of the previous uh live streams, and I guess maybe sometimes it faces the camera.
I was at somebody contacted me for sponsorship today
To
but
sponsor your work.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not a thing that I want to
Get behind.
yeah,
I think did it relate to AI in some way?
yeah,
Was that the
yeah.
Yeah,
Everything relates to AI now.
well, yeah, in some fashion, but
it wasn't Squarespace.
I was approached, I think it was in December, so a couple of months ago, I was approached with a soft offer to work with a very big, well-known company so I'm a 3D animator for those of you who haven't watched the previous episodes in which I talk about it a little bit, but they approached me with a soft offer to basically train an AI that would, in the not too distant future, do 3D animators' jobs instead of the people doing the jobs.
Yeah.
Which is just give me a machete and let me chop my own foot off.
Yeah.
Or in this case, my own hand off.
My own head off.
Or head, yeah. Yeah, and had I accepted it, it would have paid well as well. I did not go through with it. And I was mulling it over in my mind, knowing full well that if I did not take it on, that someone else would. Yeah, my objection to it would not be the end of that, right? But
think about it, if everybody would object.
yeah, but I'm only one person and I'm not a political figurehead, so
but the fact that you're talking about it now on the stream, people can hear it.
I'm not against AI, but I am against
taking
AI
away
agents
jobs.
taking away entire jobs. That's
And if they are taking
take
away
the menial
job,
jobs away.
they then try to think about what to do with the people that lost their
For
jobs.
sure, that's the first thing, is there needs to be some sort of,
Because everybody talks about, everybody says that in the past there was a lot of technology that took away jobs from people,
right.
and they say, okay, what's the difference?
There's a
And
big difference.
I'm saying, okay, but if we couldn't, if people lost their jobs in the past and we didn't deal with it, how is it a good example for anything?
Right.
You should like, I don't know,
I think their
think
point,
about the people who are losing their job and do a better job to replace their income somehow.
yeah, I think the general point on that side of the argument is always, so it happened in the past with like the invention of the printing press and the loom, whatever,
Yeah.
the camera.
Yeah, but in the past, people died from throat infections.
Right.
So it's not a good example for
And that's the
anything.
first thing. And the second thing is, I think they mean like, and we're still here, right?
Yeah.
Well, someone's going to be there, but it's not going to be 3D animators anymore. They're going to die off. They're going to be culled by evolution.
Yeah. Extinct.
Or, yeah, they're going to go extinct under the weight of the AI apotheosis, basically. But, yeah, Jamie says, did Nir say that he got a JoJo Bizarre Adventures book at the con that you
Yeah,
both went to
yeah, I
recently?
did.
So he got a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I have now two of them. I bought there a very big oversized one,
Yeah,
which has a lot of, I think it's the later one from the one I think I showed here, the other one.
the first one probably, yeah. We're going to be showing the JoJo's art book that we got
Next time, probably.
next time we do the live stream, which is not going to be in a week because we're going to be at C2E2. But the week following that, we're going to start the live stream with Nir's review
Yeah.
of that book that we got at the con.
By the way, Jamie, because I know it's for you, I'm giving it more love and attention for this specific commission. Usually it comes with a very simple background, sometimes no background because it's a single figure commission, but you're getting a background.
A backdrop as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it's a cool idea to place him in a bar for the noir theme.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what the smoke face is going to look like.
The smoke face is supposed to be Deckard.
Yeah.
Smoke face.
Smoke face. It sounds like a new supervillain. Or maybe not a supervillain,
So
just a villain.
was in he also played in the second movie, right?
Yes,
The
he was
same actor.
Yes, because I remember Officer K went out to a desolate desert area.
Yeah.
And discovered Harrison Ford's
that's what
character.
Yeah, that was Harrison Ford, but I'm talking about Gaff.
Gaff.
The guy that played.
Yeah.
He played in the second movie as well.
I think he reprised the role, right?
I think so too.
Yes, Edward James Olmos reprises his iconic role as Gaff in 2049. Yeah, so it's the same actor.
Yeah, he has a very distinct facial features.
So I'm gonna do I'm gonna try something. There's a certain podcast that we listen to. I can't say that I remember the name of it off the top of my head, but when they describe an image of a person.
Oh yeah, it's deep cuts.
Deep cuts with who and who? Dave Baker and Andrew Price, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's so funny. It's my favorite part of each episode.
And I got to meet Dave once.
Yeah,
I think at San Diego.
New York, maybe?
San Diego.
San Diego, yeah. So I'm gonna say what Gaff looks like to me. Like if I didn't know who the character was, just based on his demeanor and his outfit and his face, what uh what kind of connotations come to mind? So Gaff, he's wearing a trench coat, but it has a sort of like lavish, I guess, fur or faux fur or velvet or something inside the upper lapel.
Mm-hmm.
And he's wearing is it a bowler hat? Is that what it's called?
I think it's like a 1930s man's hat.
A bolo, maybe. Maybe a bolo. What's a bolo hat? I have all these words in my mind and I don't always remember what. So he's wearing this like sort of somewhat pimpy looking, short brimmed, brim all around though, hat. And he has a mustache that sort of makes you go, I should stay away from that guy.
Yeah.
It looks like he does accounting for a brothel.
Hmm. Okay. Counting.
Accounting for a brothel. But he's also sort of like been there for a long time.
He started
So
as a
he
bouncer.
started
Yeah.
as the bouncer, and then they realized like he's good with numbers,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been there for a long time. So he's basically one of the co-founders at this point, I guess. Like he's,
Mm-hmm.
you know, been working there for 20 years.
Got very high in the
He
ranks.
looks like
Yeah.
at any point in time, he would have at least two disparate types of drugs on his person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, he looks like he's pretty good at lying
Mm-hmm.
to people.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about
Yeah,
the.
even though it's not his character in the movie, whatever you said.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just going off. I'm
By the
blanking
way
that
he
out of my
looks.
mind. I'm putting it
Yeah.
aside, and I'm just going off of the images of Gaff to describe the character. He has a cane. It doesn't really look like he possibly doesn't really need it, or maybe he does sort of need it, but it's more of an accessory.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably an illicit substance inside a compartment of the cane when he
Mm-hmm.
unscrews the top of it as well. Possibly even
A
a
sword.
dagger.
A dagger,
Yeah,
a sword.
yeah. He looks crafty, is what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, Jamie says if I didn't know the character, I would definitely think he was a pimp. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, so it's pimp or accountant at a brothel, or maybe he sort of does both. He's like a jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm. Master of none, except of origami.
Yeah. The last job interview I went to, they said that I sound like a jack of all trades and master of none, and I said,
Oh, that's insulting, actually.
actually master of some.
Yeah.
And then they laughed,
Mm-hmm.
and I sort of turned it around because I guess they wanted to see how I would react to um just
Sounds very manipulative. Like
well, actually
they
they were
wanted to know how you would react.
actually they were very nice. The interview went really well in my opinion, and it was really casual, and the vibe was good, and the questions and answers and my questions and their answers were all, yeah, it didn't feel contrived. It felt like pretty friendly as well. Um,
Uh,
it was just that I don't even think they meant it in a bad way. I just think they said jack of all trades, and then the second person sort of completed the sentence, but I
mm,
don't think they meant anything by it because that was not the overall feeling in the room.
yeah, people forget that Jack of all trades always finishes with
With yeah, yeah.
master of none. I wanted to ask something else. But did you ever try origami?
No, I've only tried folding airplanes. And I think at some point there was this game that we used to play where we draw numbers on the inside of the paper and we would open it up. I don't know what it's called, but we would fold the paper in such a way that you would like sort of do this randomization thing. and then at the end of it, I guess you had to ask a question.
So I have
or-
I think it was on 5th grade. We had an origami lesson, like once a week
at school
at school.
once a week,
Yeah,
and it was only origami.
origami.
That's so
Origami
cool.
lesson.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That was cool, but the only thing I remember from it, so I had a friend at school there.
Yeah.
He hated origami. I don't know, something about origami was he couldn't do it.
Wasn't working for him.
What it was more than that. Something happened to him, so he started like not coming to school
Because of origami?
just because of origami.
Okay, wait. This is too good to... I can't let this go.
Yeah.
Do you think that he had an origami-related traumatic experience?
No, I think it was something that was he was so bad at it. I don't know why, but something about his psyche. I don't know what it was, but he was so bad at it. He couldn't do anything, so he didn't have any way to cope with it.
Right.
So we had to just not come to school just because of that.
That's so strange. Was he a straight A student?
No,
No.
no, but he was okay.
Was
I
he an
guess.
overachiever?
No.
That's really weird because I would think that that
Yeah,
sort of
yeah, but no, he
would tend
wasn't.
to happen more when you're used to doing everything really well.
I guess he wasn't really good with his hands, and it was an art school, so we had we had to choose like how do you say
Your main
the
subject,
yeah,
or
the subject that you, and he chose art.
right.
He could do art. He was the guy that drew sharks everywhere, but somehow origami was so hard for him. I think emotionally
Right.
more than physically.
Maybe
I don't know why.
Maybe like a teacher should have shown him how to fold a shark.
Yeah.
That would have been a good way to ease him into.
The teacher was nice. It was nice. It was a nice like lesson.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
you
was
were probably really good at
for
it.
an entire year. I did origami once a week.
You were probably really good at it
And
too, right?
I don't know if you can be good at it.
Of course you can be good at it. There are people.
No, I think if you're copying other people's designs, then it's not that hard.
No, there are
it's like
people that create their own folds.
Okay, that's something else.
And
I'm not talking about
really
that.
complex.
So we didn't do that. It was only doing other people's designs. It was like classical origami, like for Japanese origami.
You're not gonna believe this.
What?
The 10th Open International Origami. Wait, let me see. Internet Olympiad will be held on the internet.
Olympiad.
Right. So there are origami competitions apparently.
Yeah,
Well,
for sure. I'm sure there are. It's cool. I like origami. But every time I think about origami, I remember this friend who probably had some serious issues related to origami, and he probably hates it until this day.
yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah, I don't know if origami competition winners. Wow.
Yeah, but like doing origami and inventing your own designs is very hard, because the thing about origami is the best, like the classical way to do it is you use like a single piece of paper for every design.
Yes, of course.
And there's
No cutting.
yeah,
No gluing.
But I think in there's a modern style that they do some cutting.
This is the most satisfying part of every piece.
Yeah.
for me. It's like you see this big swath of empty paper. Oop, it's all black ink now. Oh, I wanted to show the base because I showed the main character from Razor Grade that I had 3D printed and airbrushed and painted. I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah.
I showed it in the beginning of our live stream. So I'm just going to show that real quick to the camera, my camera. It was this figure. The front cam here that just operates in order to grab my facial expressions, and it's not the highest quality that we
Do you
have.
want to put it here?
I'm just going to show this real quick for whoever didn't see this before. He has his arms chopped off because I've embedded magnets so that it wouldn't break in transport. I'm going to show the base though, because I did show the figure itself previously. So that was just a quick reminder.
But you
And
can see it in the stream that was 2 weeks ago?
I think it was 2 weeks ago, yeah. So this is the base, and there is an icy world in the story. Um, it's Muso black on the edges, so it's like the one of the blackest blacks available, and that's just for around the base. And I used it in a thick acrylic panel, and I broke it apart with a hammer and did a lot of different techniques here. There was glue involved and some contrast paint washes, and I used baking soda to create the texture. And there was like matte and gloss varnishes applied with stencils to give it this sort of like the variation and glossiness. And then these are crystal clusters that magnetize to the base as well. They have their little stations here. And then the character connects here. So the character that we saw before, Gino. That's it. Just wanted to show that.
But if you're going to C2E2, if anyone in the audience, first of all, come and say hello.
For sure.
And second, you'll be able to see it there because we probably are gonna show it on the table, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm basically done with the preparation. It's taken me, I don't know, I'd say 3 months overall. Sculpting it in ZBrush. Well, posing first in Maya, then sculpting in ZBrush, then having it 3D printed, and then processing the surface of the print that I received, and priming it, and basing it, and painting it, and creating the transparent helmets that I don't remember if I showed last time. But
What's basing it?
basing is
Like
creating
doing...
the base.
Oh, okay.
The icy base that I just showed.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah, it embedding magnets and having everything sort of fit together and thinking about transporting it without it breaking as well. So it has to be packaged in a certain way.
And probably because it's the first time you were doing something like this,
Yeah,
it must have taken longer than the next time that
yeah.
you'll do it.
I did create using a similar process, sans painting. I created a piece of original art in silver-plated steel for a collector. It was a one-off. There's only one of those, and I had it shipped to them, and it was a bit different because it was working with metal and not painting on top, but interesting process as well, a bit different. So this time around, yeah, it was model making, I guess. Happy Monday, Jillian. How are ya?
Happy Monday.
What does it mean where there's a crown next to the user handle and it says number one or number two? Is that like the first person who...
In YouTube?
Well, I'm seeing it on the OBS, but I guess in YouTube it's the same probably.
I don't know.
Check. Yeah, it's from YouTube, so it's a crown with number one. I guess maybe it's the first person who...
Where do you see it?
who sort of said hello in the chat. Maybe? Yeah, there's a crown and it says #1. And then Jillian has a crown and it says #2.
I don't know.
Jillian says, loved your con recap. Thanks, Jillian. We're happy you enjoyed it. I tried to keep the camera as steady as possible. It was a body cam. Yeah, maybe in the beginning it slipped up a bit, but then I found my footing. I think it came out okay.
What do you think about the con itself? Do you have any
Impressions?
conclusions?
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I feel like it was a bit too crowded for my taste.
Even though it's a small one.
Yeah, it was on the smaller side. It wasn't tiny, but it was definitely not New York or San Diego.
Or even Baltimore.
Or even Baltimore size, yeah.
Maybe it was bigger than Baltimore, but Baltimore's artist
probably.
area size is bigger.
Yeah, Baltimore, I think we talked about it last time. Maybe, I'm not sure. But Baltimore is way more creator-oriented.
Yeah.
And art-oriented, indie-oriented. And that's very enjoyable thing about Baltimore Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Definitely there was a lot of really cool cosplay. And I always do enjoy the mashups in cosplay. So you'll get like a Sauron Powerpuff Girl, which was really cool.
Did you see that?
I did. I saw a Sauron, what I believe to be / Powerpuff Girl.
Okay.
It was like a pink, plasticky, fairy-looking
Sauron. I saw a red Stormtrooper, which was cool.
Oh, I saw that too. This is a good question. Jillian says, what do you enjoy more, visiting a con as a guest or as a presenter in a booth?
Me?
Yeah. It's a good question.
I don't know. I think probably having a booth is more fun.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because you have more interactions with people.
And you have a wider variety of interaction types. So you have the relationship with your booth members or the people beside you.
Yeah.
Next to you, I'd say. And then you have the general audience interaction, and then you have the fan interaction.
Yeah.
And it's just...
But the downside is you have to be there all day, and it's very tiring, and you have to bring a lot of stuff with you, and you have to deal with flights, and...
We always have post-con brain, I call it, afterwards. Which is, you just feel like you don't want to talk, you don't want to listen to anybody talk afterwards. You feel depleted, verbally and emotionally.
And sometimes physically.
And sometimes physically, yeah. There's, I think they call it con fever or something, or con flu, which is the tendency to return home from conventions and then get the flu or COVID or something afterwards.
Yeah, it's probably just a cold, but still it's a virus, so...
Yeah. Jillian asks if you've ever done panels in a con. I think you were asked to do one and you...
No, I did one, but I didn't sit with the panel.
Because you didn't want to.
Because I didn't want to.
And I tried to get him to do it, by the way.
But I was in the audience and I sat on the first row, and when they talked about me, I just raised my hand.
Stood up and raised your hand.
Yeah,
I think next time I'm gonna make sure that you sit in the panel.
They're trying to convince me to do that.
Oh, you're gonna do it.
You know what? I'm not sure, because I don't like the fact that it's very scripted. It's like a show.
It's like a Band-Aid. You just have to do it once. And get it over with, and then you'll be cool with it, and you'll be able to sit on panels. And I think it's good for you to sit at a panel.
Yeah.
It's good for generally just having people put a face to the name, and the experience of it as well.
But people can see me at the table and talk to me.
True, but it's a completely different type of interaction. You're going to be able to speak to an entire room of people with potentially way more fans listening to you.
I don't know. We'll see. But
I
they're
think you should
trying
do it.
to. The publisher is trying to convince me to do it, but I told them many times that I don't like doing that.
Well, you still
But
have to do it, though, I think.
I don't have to do
I
it.
think you do, because I'll put it this way, it would behoove you to sit at a panel.
Why?
Um, if you're gaining notoriety and you're asked to do press-related things, even though it's not the
I did
most
all the press.
enjoyable,
I did all the press related thing. I did so many articles and interviews and all the other stuff.
yeah. Well, if
I
it
just
help,
told them that I don't want to be in front of a lot of people.
if it
In
helps
a,
you, I'll sit with you up there. I don't know if that would help you or not,
I don't
or
think
it
so.
wouldn't make a difference maybe, but I think you should do it.
I'll think about it.
There's nothing to think about. You can say yes now. Jillian asks, why didn't you want to be in the panel? What's
Mm,
a specific reason?
I think it's because it's very. By the way, I don't know if people know that, but it's very scripted. It's not like something that is spontaneous.
Yeah.
It's they. I remember because I was in the meetings that I did before the panel itself, and the interviewer. We had a Zoom, like a couple of Zoom calls with the interviewer and the panel people, and they were
Rehearsing.
rehearsing. They said this is the exact point where people are going to laugh, and I'm gonna say this and you're gonna say that. And
The funny
so it's
thing
like,
is, they try to make it seem like it's spontaneous.
yeah, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm I don't like it, and also I think it's gonna be a bit anxious for me. I'll be a bit anxious
Yeah.
because it's like a lot of people, and I don't know.
I mean, they're just people.
I know
But I know what you're talking about. So,
they keep saying that it's a positive crowd,
oh,
and
it
they're
really
not.
is a positive. They give them a reason to clap and smile at you, and they will. And it doesn't even
I
have to be a
know,
good
but
reason.
I don't know.
It's one of their favorite days of the year.
Yeah.
Think of it that way. So they're sort of like geared up to be accepting and happy.
And by the way, I'm not the only artist that does do
And there are things that
panels.
you can do to break the ice as well that really work.
You know that a lot of artists don't do panels because they are shy, and
Yes, I know that. Yeah.
it's something very artist-like
Yeah, I know
to
that. But I think it would
to
be
not
good
like
for I think
crowds.
you would get over it quickly and then afterwards you would say, "Oh, what was I worried about? Like it wasn't that bad at all and that you I actually enjoyed it." That's what I think will happen.
Maybe.
And then you're just going to want to be on panels all the time.
No,
I'm
that's not.
telling you.
No, I don't think so.
It's more often than not when you have an idea about something, it ends up being completely different, especially if you haven't experienced it
Me
before.
specifically?
Not you, no, generally. Many
Okay.
times you sort of you pour existing anxieties into a situation and then you believe that it'll play out that way,
Mm-hmm.
but in reality it doesn't. You
I
can
don't
just
think I
say one
have.
funny thing
I don't
right off
think.
the bat and
Yeah,
they're in your pocket.
I don't think I have any specific thing I'm thinking about. I'm just. I don't know. The fact that it's like a stage show, and you need to rehearse and you need to repeat the lines that you have in advance.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Jillian asks, what if it was a live workshop in front of an audience where they film you doing the inking?
Yeah, that's something else.
How is it something else though?
It's more technical. It's more, and it's more because
Your mind will
I'm
be
not
occupied maybe?
I'm an artist.
Right.
I'm not a lecturer.
Oh, no,
So
I don't think you're gonna.
the thing I'm doing best is drawing.
Yeah.
So Of
Yeah.
course, it's better for me to do to talk about drawing and draw and show drawings than as opposed to just talk.
Well, let me illustrate it for you, okay? Pun intended. Um, I'm a fan of yours, let's say.
Okay.
You don't know me, we've never met before. I have come into the auditorium because there's a panel that you're going to be on, and I'd like to hear you. I really like your art, and I'd like to hear you say anything you want to about it, right? Um, I think even though you would just be talking, anything that you said about your art that I already like would be like a bonus experience on top of that. So you're giving
Yeah,
your
I know.
audience an extra,
I know that,
you know?
but the thing I'm trying to say is, and there's a lot of, so I remember because I studied architecture,
Yeah.
and sometimes we'd have in school we'd have a foreign famous architect
Right.
that would come and lecture about his buildings,
Yeah.
and so architects are aren't supposed to know how to talk to people. It's not the occupation.
It's
They're
not,
they're supposed
but it's
to
very important though, still.
to design buildings.
Yeah.
And I remember a lot of the times people would say, "Oh, that was a good lecture," or "That wasn't a good lecture," and it wasn't related to the architecture itself. It was related to the way that the person talked to the audience.
Mm.
And I think it's more interesting if you're interested in the thing itself and not in charismatic people talking.
Mm.
It would make more sense for the creator to do to explain or to show how he does stuff
Mm.
instead of just talking about how he does stuff.
Would you be
Because not everybody knows how to talk to people, how to do a lecture.
would you be open to I don't think that sitting on a panel means that you need to lecture. Just have to answer
But you
briefly,
need
but
Yeah, but you need to be somewhat charismatic for
would you
that.
be open to doing a workshop at a con?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because I think both Jillian and Jamie are sort of like softly nudging you in the direction of creating some form of inking workshop, possibly online even.
Yeah, online
Um,
for sure. I that like explaining how to create, how to draw, for
right.
sure. I like doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm doing that here, so
Mm.
but yeah, the panels that I was asked to do
Hmm.
were mostly scripted interviews with creators about and the intention is to create buzz around a certain book or comics or story,
Hmm.
and I don't know, it wasn't for me until now, but maybe in the future. But yeah, for sure, about explaining how to draw and stuff like that I can do. The only thing I need to find the time, and because the time, like, to do it, like to take the time to do the thing itself, it's
Hmm.
not that complicated,
Right.
but you need to organize it. So that's gonna take some
I
time.
could organize it for you.
Okay, sure.
I think I'm thinking of reaching out to TCAF and seeing if they would be amenable to having you give an inking workshop there.
Or maybe we can do it online, like
That for sure. I think you need to
that's
do one online and then maybe do a workshop of your choosing. It doesn't have to be inking, it could be anything related to comic book creation, illustration, character design. It could be, coloring, anything at a con. physically at a con. That could also be really cool. World building, maybe, which is something that you're adept at. That could also be. So I think we should probably look into doing both of those things.
Like online and
Yeah,
at the
online,
con.
and then getting our first workshop at a con going. I definitely think they'd be open to it. There's no reason they wouldn't. It just adds another activity for people to take part in.
I don't know. Do you think it helps to get your stuff more like known to
Yes,
people?
yeah. Any kind
Because
of.
what from what I know specifically,
Mhm.
what I see is people that do teach comics,
Yeah,
it pigeonholes them
right.
to teach comics and not like be more famous as creators.
No, I think you can do both. Definitely. There's no reason you couldn't.
Yeah, you can, but I have an example.
Yeah,
Nathan Fox,
right.
he's a very, very cool creator. I think he did the Weatherman
Oh,
with the Image Comics,
hmm,
which is a very cool comic from 2017, I think. But I think it's still going now. Not sure. And he's also a teacher.
Yeah,
I gotta talk to him a little bit. And also, I think Jim Rugg used to teach comics. And I had a friend, Karen Katz.
yeah.
She was also
A teacher.
she's a creator and a teacher. Mm,
Last question for today.
yeah.
How would you rate these from hardest to easiest? Making a workshop, so I guess like organizing it and putting it together, publishing a book, creating commissions, or selling prints. So
It's not. It's like comparing different. It's not comparable.
yeah, they're very vastly different things.
Like working on a book is gonna be
By far
by far
the
the.
most difficult.
It's not about difficulty. It's about time consuming. It's the
But it's
most.
also about finding the publisher and reaching out to people and creating the uh, information to send out to prospective publishing houses,
Yeah.
and writing the story and
Yeah.
then reviewing it and rewriting it and editing it and have
Yeah.
a second person look at it to point things out and then
Yeah, and
changing it,
the
and
amount of knowledge
it's a lot.
the amount of knowledge you need in order to do a comic book is
A graphic novel, yeah.
way more than
Any of the other things.
any of the other things.
Yeah, commissions are, yeah, it's basically not even apples to oranges. It's like saying which one is harder to make. An apple, or maybe no, but sliced apple and like shepherd's pie. So I guess making commissions, you need all of the background experience and knowledge, but at the actual act of making the
I
commission,
know people who only do commissions
right? Yeah,
and they don't do sequential at all
right. But have they
because
always only done commissions?
yeah,
Or
some
do
of
they
them
also do like covers or
covers,
yeah,
yeah.
I'd say. Or
Oranga,
maybe even
Oranga,
art for
for example, Oranga.
card games and board games or something. Like what is it? Magic the
I have a
Gathering.
friend whose name is Oranga.
Yeah,
He, I think he bought a few of my commissions and pages
right.
over the years, and I got to
Yeah.
meet him a couple of times.
Yeah,
He's a very cool guy from originally from Dubai.
right.
So he never do sequentials.
Yeah.
He only does commissions and sometimes covers.
But how did he get known if he didn't work on
From,
sequential?
I think from commissions, from doing commissions.
But how do you get the first commissions if you're not known yet? You see what I'm
I
saying?
I don't know.
Like if you don't create sequential art, how is your name?
Because you could do covers.
I
Like
guess maybe that's what it
like
is.
covers is like is if
Not
you do
yeah.
if you have a mainstream style, it's pretty easy to get cover work.
Right. There's a lot of covers that need making, for sure.
But you need to be very good at it.
Yes.
But yeah, if you have a mainstream style, I'm talking
Yeah.
only about mainstream style,
Yeah.
and the knowledge that you need to have to do commissions and covers is, I would say, maybe 70%, no, maybe 60% of the knowledge you need to do sequentials.
Okay.
Sequentials is more.
I would say it's like maybe 45% of the knowledge that you need to. Because I'm thinking of, there's so many things that go
No,
into.
yeah, but you can treat a comic page as a couple of illustrations together.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the best comic page ever, but
Right.
it's going to be a comics page.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can be an illustrator and that's it. You don't need to know anything about sequentials.
Mm.
And you can still do sequential work, but it's not going to be very good. It's going to
Right.
be a collection of different
Illustrations.
illustrations.
Yeah. Accompanied by text
Yeah, which is
or not.
sometimes it works if it's good illustrations. It
Yeah.
can work, but yeah, you need more than that to be able to do like great comic page.
But I would say that selling prints is the most difficult one of all of them.
Yeah.
People don't really like buying prints. I mean, it depends on the type of print. If it's
No, I think people love buying prints,
yes,
but
but
as
not
long
of,
as they are cheap.
they have to be two things. They have to be cheap and they have to be of characters that are already famous and they recognize and they love. Both
Yeah.
of those things
And by the way,
at cons.
it's illegal. So
Well, yeah, I mean,
but the companies never do anything
no,
about
yeah,
it. But yeah, it's basically you can't do it.
right.
It's not illegal because
Jamie
you
says,
don't have the license to do that. But
Jamie says, I love seeing my commission being made. I love seeing your commission being made too. So
yeah,
don't
me too.
don't forget that we watch it happen live at the same time as you. So
I also watch it
you also watch
happen.
it live. Do you feel like you zone out sometimes and just start automatically creating something? Do you know what I mean?
In this stage of the process,
Yeah, or any stage of it.
um, in the inking stage, probably sometimes. In the coloring stage, probably more than that. But in the sketching or layout, no, I can't. I can't think about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even hard for me to talk at the same time.
Right. Yeah, of course, because you're thinking more
I need to think
in
sequentially.
words, right? And
I
more
need
of a
to
like
think sequentially.
you're thinking more in terms of words and paragraphs during those parts of the process. And so speaking is also words and paragraphs, and then it
Exactly.
gets all jumbled up.
Yeah.
Whereas here you've already done the preparation of the verbal sort of left brain part of it is already is
Yeah,
ready.
and all what's left to do is mostly more technical, I guess.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Even though it's not 100% technical, but it is much more technical than the layouts page
So
stage.
usually we do the live streams for exactly an hour and a half, but seeing as this is Jamie's commission, I'm letting it run for a bit longer. I'm gonna ask you how much more time you think you have for the general inking. Is it almost inked completely?
Yeah.
Except for the white lines?
I think I only have this part of the.
Okay, so
cherry.
we're gonna see that through. We'll watch the entire inking stage, And then you'll do the white lining afterwards,
Yeah.
off stream.
Yeah.
Because I would like Jamie to have. I don't
Maybe
know
I'll
if,
do it on stream tomorrow in the silent stream.
oh yeah, okay. So that would, if you're not able to watch it live tomorrow, it will still stay up on the YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to catch it whenever it's convenient for you, and you
And
can
I
watch.
also streamed the sketching of this piece.
Right. So the sketching is already up, and you can look for. Oh, that's a good question, Jillian. So Jillian asks, how can I get a commission from Near? I'm gonna put up Tatiana's email. Near's art represents. I got my tongue crossed. Representable uh, art rep. Is it representative? Is that the?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too long of a word, so it makes sense that they would shorten it that way. So Tatiana's email, I'm gonna put it up on the screen here for you in a moment. Okay.
I think there is a direct link to her website.
This is Tatiana's email.
Okay,
It's
finish the line work.
tdartsales@gmail.com. Yeah. So you can contact her with any questions or requests, and then she'll funnel the commission our way, and Near will have it prepared at first convenience, at his first convenience.
Okay, so I finished the most of the line work, I think. Not all of it, because I wanted to add some details, maybe in the interior part of the fabric here, and maybe some details here on the clothes.
Yeah.
And on the gun, probably. By the way, it's the gun from the movie. I looked for a reference for the gun.
I absolutely love the lapel. It is so cool. I like the way the negative white space is sort of like delineating the edge of the front edge of the lapel.
Here?
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's thick.
And it's slightly offset, and it feels like you haven't indicated what it's made out of, but I feel like it's made out of like faux fur. Or some, even though there's no scraggly fur lines, like I'm getting a tactile sensation just from looking at it.
Yeah, because it doesn't have an outline, so it feels more soft.
Right, it feels softer. Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's so cool.
And I'm gonna add some details on the hat and on the trousers, probably.
Are you gonna put anything on the label of the? Is it a whiskey bottle?
Yeah, I think it's a whiskey bottle.
Are you gonna
probably? Maybe I'll add some small Easter egg.
Yeah, it's so cool. Really does look very dynamic as well. Jamie says it's amazing. Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah, it's not finished yet, but
the unicorn crane. Yeah.
And I specifically made the hat right up to the eyes for it to be a little bit like menacing.
A little bit. Yeah, the character is shifty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect pose for this character, actually. Because of the walking cane and.
Yeah, so he's
presenting the paper, which in the original was a drawing, but here it's the origami.
And he holds the cane with his legs, which is also fits the pose.
Jillian says, looks great, love the composition. Yeah, this one is turning out, it's a banger, as they say in Britain.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to sign off for today. Be sure to check out, either catch it live tomorrow for the white line work on this piece, or you can watch it afterwards. It'll still be up on the YouTube if you're not able to watch it live.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like I said in the beginning, I'll just go over that real quick. We're not going to be doing a live stream a week from today because we will be in Chicago. And then we're going to pick up again the week following that. Yeah, it was really fun today.
And maybe you'll try to organize like I don't know, Zoom lecture about inking or something
For
like
the
that.
next con, or you mean
No,
like
for
online? I'm
online.
definitely going to, since we have, I think, 2 or 3 people already interested in an online workshop.
Yeah.
I'll definitely start getting the gears in motion in that direction. It might take some time because we're gearing up for the convention and we'll be back, but I think within a few weeks time I'll have some more information regarding that for sure.
Yeah.
So see everyone soon. Thank you for joining us, and give it a like, and if you're watching and you're not subscribed, do that as well. It really helps out. We're just growing the channel, so that would be amazing. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, guys.